Okay, right now I'm getting my tiny saw blade ready to go in my jewellery saw. That's going to be the blade that cuts the silver. That's a very, very fine hair-like blade. Here you can see me putting in my piece of jewellery into the vise. This is where I'll cut off the sprue. The sprue is the part that sticks out of your jewellery when it's attached to your jewellery by the casting company. That's how they inject the silver into your mould that's made from your piece of wax. So that needs to be cut off before anything else can start happening. Then once that's done, the rough area where that sprue is taken off, that needs to be filed down. So here I am getting ready to file down that piece. I do everything by hand because I just prefer to do it by hand. I speed it up here a little bit, and here's a close-up of that area. You can still see where it needs a little bit more filing. And here you can see just by filing, it comes down to a nice, soft, round edge. Now we have the shape of our piece of jewellery, and I can start sanding down the other areas of it. It's a very detailed piece, and I want to keep all of the details of the tri-spiral, and I also don't want it to be too perfect. This is not supposed to be perfect because this is supposed to be a stone. This is the Newgrange Entrance Stone, or based on the Newgrange Entrance Stone. On the sides I have to sand off the areas where you'll get lines from the casting process. So all those need to be sanded off, and you can see here I use various tools. Here I'm just doing the ring that holds the chain, going around there. And it's a process. Different files, different sanding equipment. It goes from rough files all the way down to very fine. Here I have some pieces of sanding cloths, and they're just going to give a finer piece. And now I'm using my Dremel tool with a Lux polishing compound. This will start to give a very high shine to the piece. It goes black at first when you start to do the polishing, but the more you work on it, the more you can see that the black comes off, and it stays in the spirals and the detail of the piece, so it creates depth in that piece. Now I'm using light sandpapers to get into the details. Just any pieces that I think are a little bit too rough and just not right for it. And finally, you give a good rub on a lint-free cloth, a nice soft lint-free cloth, and you can see the shine. Look at the beautiful shine on that. Look at that. Look at that. What a shine. Absolutely gorgeous. And the difference compared to the original piece with the sprue on it, amazing. Now it's time to put on the chain. This is a 16-inch snake chain. So you see now I'm picking up my piece with anti-tarnish paper. This is just so, even though I wash my hands thoroughly at this point, just in case I should get any oil or fingerprint on the actual piece of jewellery. Now I only handle it by the chain and I don't touch the piece itself. Here is the branded box. So I take out all the inserts of the box, and then what I do is I use a little bit of masking tape and I just lift off any tiny little pieces of dust or debris that might be on the foam inserts. So it goes in there on the foam insert, and then the little piece of top foam goes on top of that. So there's the top insert now, just getting a bit of a clean with the masking tape, or you can use any kind of tape. Now the lid's on and we are ready to go. Thank you for watching. Slán go fóill.